let's pick up the camera today and do some vlogging, shall we? I've had a lot of people. We'll get to that. I've had a lot of people say that they want more vlogs, but it's January, guys. It's cold. It's wet. My mother's been ill. I've not been doing much besides playing games. There's not a lot to vlog. People are like, oh, you were vlogging every day over December. I was like, yeah, I know. It's December. There's lots of stuff going on. No one's doing anything in January. Here's one for you. So does anybody remember that me and my partner went out for dinner with her dad and her dad's side of the family to some posh pub a few months ago in December? Well, when we left, we were given envelopes that we were not allowed to open. And the envelope said that if you come back to the pub in January and have food, that when you open the envelope, it'll contain a discount code for 25%, 50%, or 100% of your meal. And it was obviously, it's a ploy to get people in and buying food in January when otherwise people are not really typically going out and spending money because it's cold, it's wet, people haven't got any money because Christmas and Black Friday and all that thing has just happened. So my partner was like, I need to stop saying my partner, her name's Neve, you know her name's Neve, it's just a habit. Neve was like, oh, we'll go back to the pub. So we went the other day on Friday, it's Monday now. We got there, sat down, and we were like, right, I wonder how much this is going to be. Granted, we had 2 envelopes because we were all given one each, but we're only allowed to use one. So I had one, she had one, and we're not allowed to open them and find out until the end of the meal. And granted, it's like posh pub food, which means small portions, expensive prices, which never melds well with me. You guys know I like a buffet because I like lots of food. I would much rather have infinite, like, okay food than, like, not very much but excellent food. That's just the sort of person I am. So we were sat there, and she starts reading the fine print because there's like blocks of fine print on this envelope, and it says only valid in January, not valid if it looks like it's been tampered with in any way, and then in ultra fine print, not valid on Fridays. Of course, it was a Friday we were there, so this was prior to us even being served, so we hadn't ordered drinks or anything at this point. Up we stood and out we walked because see it this way, right? If I wanted just a steak and chips at this pub, it would have cost like 40, 45 quid, probably closer to 50 after gratuity, without any discount, because obviously the voucher is supposed to contain a discount. So instead, I was like, we could, for the same price as I was about to spend on one singular small tiny steak, we could go to Hickory's again and have that full meat platter. And obviously the Hickory's near us now. So off to Hickory's we went, and we did that instead. Much better use of time. Yeah. What else has been going on recently? Honestly, not a lot. I've been to the cinema a couple of times. I saw Seven for an anniversary showing for the first time ever. That was pretty cool. I always think it's very interesting when you watch an older film with actors that are still very, very popular today. So like Brad Pitt. And it's like, obviously Brad Pitt has been considered like one of the sexiest men on the planet or whatever forever. And I was like, how old is Brad Pitt in this? Because he looks pretty young. And I Google it, and he's about 31. And I'm like, yeah, this is interesting. I've been seeing loads recently online, and I think it's some sort of survivorship bias about how men approach their prime in their 30s, not their 20s, because I'm not too far removed from 30 now. This is apparently the sort of thing that appears on my For You pages. And I'm like, every time I see a celebrity that's like considered a guy like that, it's always when they hit their 30s that people really started to care. And I'm like, I suppose that kind of adds up. But yeah, Seven was good. What else did we see? We saw The Wolfman last night. I liked that. I've seen a lot of people complaining about it, and there were bits that annoyed me. For example, not so much a spoiler, but you know how there is a point in every sort of infection, metamorphosis-esque film where the people that are close to the person that is infected will go, he's not being himself, there's something wrong. That came way too quick. Dude had like one little snap. And a very reasonable snap too. Like, you have almost just died. It's late at night. He's the only one capable of protecting anyone, and he doesn't even really want to be there. And no one's listening to him. So he had a bit of a snappy quip. And then immediately after that, she's like, he's not okay. There's something wrong with him. We need help. It's like, hang on. Let him get a bit hairier first or something. Come on. What else has happened since New Year? Since my last, like, real vlog? Neve started a TikTok. Do you know what's funny, right? Is TikTok's algorithm is too powerful in that I in no way associated myself with her because we do not want my followers on TikTok being her followers because it's just not what you want, really. She needs women that follow her rather than... Because being real with you, right? TikTok is a cesspool. The internet in general, when it comes to comment sections, is generally pretty bad. Just always. But TikTok's the worst for it. TikTok empowered an entire generation of people with no attention spans to be able to say whatever they want without consequence. I am not exaggerating to you when I say that over 100 times a day, I get hate comments about how I look, how I sound, how I'm fat or skinny, or how I'm broke, or talk about money too much, or just insults about literally possibly everything you could think of. And obviously, it's my job, so I kind of just go, whatever, kind of have to deal with it. But it's not Neve's job. So I was like, why are you starting a TikTok? Why? Because there's no win here. Because she doesn't need anything. It's not like it's going to be her job. She's got a real job that pays just about as... She's got a good job, okay? So anyway, she made this TikTok, and I didn't associate myself with it at all to try to keep my followers away from her. On TikTok, I've never mentioned her account. I don't like her or comment on her videos. I don't follow her. She doesn't follow me. Nothing like that. But the algorithm knew. She gained like 100,000 views on her first video on there, and they were all my followers or my viewers and my haters. Because you should have seen some of the horrendous things people were saying to her. Just things they would never say in real life because they know that's just not how real life works. So far, she's been talking about films on there. She needs to talk. She's a reader more than a film watcher, I would say, and she keeps going on about wanting to make videos about books. I'm like, make the videos about the books, because that'll get more women watching you. Because generally, women are readers more than men these days. So, like, if you want more women to watch you, talk about things that women are going to like. Because the problem is at the moment that most of her viewers are just people that watch me, and that we don't have any power over that because that's just TikTok's algorithm doing what TikTok's algorithm always does. You know, it's been a while since I brought the camera down and put it on the kettle like this. But let me show you my new daily protein shake. So it's obviously code Cayle at my protein. Use code Cayle always. Send me screenshots of orders over on Instagram so that I can add you to the draw. Because they give me a 150 to a £200 voucher to give out to somebody every month that uses code Cayle. Neve is about to walk through the door. She's like right there. She's just been out to get medication for my mother. But anyway, this is my recent protein choice. It tastes like chocolate biscuit. It's chocolate chip cookie flavour. Origin, it's my new favourite one. Make a shake in a minute.
I've told them this, by the way.
Okay. Ruby Roo. Ruby Roo. Oh yeah, that's another thing, everybody. We've had another letter being like, you don't have a TV licence, act now to avoid fines.
It on like the
you did,
28th of December.
You did do it, because you got a letter. Because that letter that we've just got is addressed to me personally, but you had one that was addressed to you, even though we're both the homeowners here. Yeah, it's the address, surely.
So they didn't have that medication.
Oh, great.
So I've got to go back tomorrow afternoon and pick that up. But because I'm going to the dentist tomorrow, I said to your mum, I'll go get this before I go to the dentist.
Okay. Your nose is wet.
Huh?
Your nose is wet.
Well, it's wet outside. But annoyingly, it's the one she really needs.
Oh, great.
It's the COPD meds for coughing up a mucus. So.
Ruby has been good. She has fully recovered from her phantom pregnancy.
Does she need lunch?
And is back to full best behaviour, aren't you, Rubes?
Give her some lunch.
Ruby, look at the camera. My voice is going already. That's a good start.
Hold on.
I've been recording for all of 5 minutes. My vocal cords are not as well practiced as they were, apparently. I was saying about how you've got a TikTok now, and TikTok algorithm did its thing and made all of your viewers my haters, and you've had the most abysmal comment section in the world.
It's not the worst, but I've been.
It's better now that you've blocked about 300 people.
Yeah, I'll block people.
I'll block people. I'll block people on any platform. People get confused about content creation, thinking that you
can hide behind a screen name and say what you like.
No, it's like you say something silly, you get blocked. It's that simple.
Like, I am the dictator here.
Yeah.
This is not a democracy. As you would say,
yeah.
This is not a democracy.
It's not. What was your favourite hate comment? Was it that you look trans, your personality's copied from me, and
it was, can you watch 2 screens at once?
Yeah. But these are the same people that when you block them, like, you're so against constructive criticism. Construct what? Eye surgery?
That said, oh, can you ask Cayle to unblock me, please? I was like, you're clearly blocked for a reason.
Yeah, you get blocked for a reason. Simple. Is this why you keep pooing yourself?
I don't keep pooing myself.
This looks so appetising. Plain white rice, plain white chicken.
It's not plain.
It looks plain.
There's sauce coming.
There better be. It's not for me. I'm dying.
Are you okay?
No. Death comes for me and not soon enough. What sauce is that?
Sweet and sour.
Right. We're going to the buffet again? Tonight?
No.
Tomorrow night?
We're going to a buffet with work next week.
Yesterday.
So we...
You know, there are a lot of things in life that I look at and go, that's posh people things. And I consider, Neve does not, Neve's the posh one, not me by the way, I consider having a bagel button on a toaster to be a posh person thing. Also, settle another argument. We have a 4-slice toaster. Not once, not ever, in the 2.5 years that we have had this toaster, have we ever populated all 4 slots of the toaster at once. However, we have a single slice air fryer. If we had, we would like a double air fryer. Speaking of which, there we go. But the unit's not quite tall enough, I don't think, to have a double stacked air fryer. Maybe. But what we could definitely do is go down to a single toaster with just 2 slices, you know, the maximum amount we've ever used. And then that way we could expand out a new air fryer left. Seems logical to me. What do we think, Rubes? What do we think, Rubes? Let's get you. Wait. So my lunch for today is a bacon and cheese bagel and a protein shake. And you know what's funny is, this is like my favourite game, is hypotheticals of, if I posted on TikTok, what would the comments be? Here's what the comments would be on TikTok if I posted my lunch. I can't believe you used plastic cheese. The chemicals, said big Viking man, strong man Steve, with beard and lots of tattoos and a vape hanging out his mouth 100% of the day. The chemicals in my cheese. But you vape. Okay, cool. Ruby, you look like you're waiting for her to take a business call or something with the way you always cross your arms like that. She crosses a little pause like she's awaiting something. What are you waiting for? Sniff, sniff. Right then, it's 2 p.m, so I'm going to start playing some games. I'm going to go start God of War 2, because yesterday we finished God of War 1. This will be game number 31 for the gamelog this year. I'll keep you updated. Probably not going to film the gamelog videos like I did COD, because they're just not... I need to do them on TikTok, not on YouTube. They don't perform well enough on YouTube to warrant it, whereas on TikTok they do. So it's just have to be logical there. I'll probably do some sort of compilation of the TikToks and upload that for the folk that want to watch it, but yeah, we'll see. Because anyway, let's go start that, shall we? TikTokception. Snack time. Baked cookie. My favourite tasting snack from my protein. Not necessarily the highest protein in that it's only 14 grams of protein, considering it's nearly 300 calories. But if we're talking about exclusively taste, it's these. They're soft. Guys, check this out. This is a problem. You know, a few months ago, the Philips Hue ring lights, strip lights. Well, they use adhesive things to hold the lights to the back of the TV. And literally 3 of them have fallen. There's now barely anything holding it to the TV. So I'm going to have to get in contact with them, send me more sticky pads. But will they reply? Because it seems historically they don't like replying to people. Next upon the agenda is we're going to Tesco to do my mother's shopping for her. I know you can't see me right now, but with her being ill and just having got home from the hospital, she's basically in lockdown mode again, where she can't go out of the house. So we're doing that. Except she's finally having to quit smoking, being as it nearly killed her this week. Granted, has nearly killed her 3 times before, and it didn't stick then either. So whether she'll stick to quitting this time, we don't know. She's had a heart attack, cancer twice, a collapsed lung, and she's being checked out for heart failure next. They're sending for a scan. So yeah. Into Tesco we go. Just been to my sister's to pick up some of my mother's glasses and clothes. Not that my sister let me say hello to the children that I've not said hello to in 2 years. It's fine. When they ask me why they don't see me very often. Yeah, it's always my fault, isn't it? Right, let's go. Well, Ruby, your grandma isn't dead. She's all good, or gonna be all good. Seems better today.
Your third favourite human.
Your third, yeah. Of the 4 people that you'll tolerate, the third...
5, maybe 6.
It might be 5 now. Yeah. Paw. No. In fact, let me have the treat in my other hand. Paw. Here you go. There's no thoughts. Nothing behind your eyes is the Ruby. Ruby, sit. Wrong one. That's the other one. Up. Get up. You get confused. You get performative is your problem, don't you? Dinner's been cooking for about 6 years. I were from somewhere else when it began. Where's my food? I need to eat. Food. Even Ruby sat there with her feet crossed wondering where food is at. You've had yours. Must be nice. It's nearly 8 o'clock and I ain't had dinner. How many times this week have we had late dinner because of my mother?
God. I'm fed up of not eating dinner at dinner time.
I know, yeah.
7 o'clock is dinner time.
7 o'clock is dinner time, but 7 o'clock's also been the time where we're constantly with my mother this week. On today's episodes are things that the internet has facilitated that I just think is awful. Scammers and things like that. So, his reality is every creator with a decent amount of followers has people that have made fake accounts about them. Usually in attempts to scam people. Happens all the time. There's been scammers on TikTok of me now since like 2020. And like there's one at the minute who's going around that people have messaged me about a few times. And sadly there's nothing I can do. Literally nothing. Apps do not care. I've reported all of them. They very infrequently do anything. All we can do is report en masse and hope that something happens. It very rarely does. It's just crazy to me. But this one guy messaged me saying that, oh, it's been great talking to you on WhatsApp. You've been really helping me with finance and crypto. And I'm like, I don't normally reply to all Instagram DMs because I get hundreds of them a day. That's reality of that. And it's like, I replied to this one being like, mate, that is not me. That is a scammer. Please be smarter on the internet. And then he said he's already given the guy money. And I'm like, I just don't get it. I don't get why people are such dicks as to create the fake accounts and scam people in the first place. Like it's astonishing that humans like that exist to prey on people that are potentially less capable. But also, it's also 2025 and people should not be falling for these things. Your favourite content creator is highly unlikely to ever message you first. As a rule. For anyone wondering, by the way, I finished God of War 2 and now I'm playing God of War 3. I'm playing the native PS3 version because the New Game Plus version save file that I have on there is way more complete and more fun to play because of the rage skin and all the urns and all that sort of thing. I must have seen these cutscenes a million times because I don't think they're skippable. No. Yeah. So, good morning. It's the next day. I forgot to end off that video before I went to bed. Yeah, I don't feel like a lot happened today, but people wanted the vlogging back, so hopefully somebody enjoyed. See you in a bit.